There's something. There's one. There's one. Decent one. Oh, there's one. A decent one too. Let's go. I'm glad I came over here, guys. That's not a bad fish. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. In today's episode, I go out to a chain of small local lakes a few different days. I went out one weekend and then the weather got crappy, so I waited a week, and then I went out 2 days the next weekend. I had a little bit of luck every day, but the last day was really the highlight of the whole send, and I'm actually really stoked to share this one for you guys. This is probably the episode I've been the most excited for in quite a while, because I get on my first nice bass of the year in this one. So like I said, pretty stoked to bring you guys along with me on this one. So hope you guys like it, and I don't really have a whole lot more to say about it, so stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. Okay guys, excuse the wind. It is extremely windy out here today. Well, not extremely windy, it's pretty windy though. There's pretty steady, like 10-12 mile an hour winds rolling through, which is fairly heavy for constant wind and not just gusts. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up about the weather now, because I know you guys don't care too much about that. Just making excuses for why the audio might not be great. But anyway, today I'm out here. It is a March day. The water temps are just getting warm enough for the bass to start doing pre-spawn / spawn things. I've got this little like natural colored crawfish trailer by Lost Creek on, and I've got it on a, I want to say it's like a sunfish or bluegill colored jig. I forget who makes the jig, but I'm gonna throw this around a little bit and see if I could smoke a couple bass off beds. The water clarity pretty much sucks, so I can't really sight fish them, but that's part of why I'm throwing something with a little bit more color. It's got this natural tone to it, almost a green pumpkin-y color, but it's also got the orange and the orange belly for the cross. So hopefully that'll do decent. The trailer is matched with the jig pretty well, so I think I have a decent chance of tricking them with it, honestly. Looks pretty nice in the water. Let's whip this around and see what happens. Hopefully I can get on a bass. There's something. That might be a bass. What is this? It's a big smallie. Let's go. Hell yes, guys. Flipping him. Yes, let's freaking go. Finally. What a grind today. Hell yeah, guys. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Let's go. Hell yes, guys. First smallie of 2022. So stoked. Let's get this beauty back in the water. So awesome. Alright guys, this is most likely my last bait switch of the night. I switched out to a Guggen Squad Scout jerkbait in the color Silver Flash. Usually you guys see me throwing jerkbaits and baits like this for walleye because they're very effective walleye baits. but when the water temperature is pretty cool like it is right now in the mid to high 40s, this could be, well, even the low 40s, this could be a pretty solid bass bait as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, chuck this around, and hopefully I could get a bass to eat it. I wouldn't be surprised to catch a walleye bycatch, but we're trying for bass tonight. So let's see how this goes. Probably won't stick around too much longer. I'm honestly getting pretty chilly. It's been a pretty windy day, which I wasn't expecting, and I didn't really dress for it. So I'm kind of cold. It's getting a little dark anyway, and I didn't really come planning or prepared for night fishing. So probably just gonna be out a little bit longer here, a few more minutes like I said, and we'll pack her up and call it a night. But gonna just give her one last ditch effort here. Where? Yeah, I'm gonna start walking in just a minute here. I'm gonna take a few more and see if I can get this fish to come back, and if it doesn't, I'm probably out. Later, bud, thanks. There's one. Yep, something. I think it's a walleye. I think so. Yeah, it's a walleye. Yeah, buddy, thank you. Decent one. Yeah, never mind, it's just hooked crazy. All right, hell yeah. Decent way to end the day, guys. Alright guys, I was just getting ready to call it a day. Scoob and I were actually just talking. He was about to paddle his kayak back to shore and take off, and this little guy hit. Skinny little one. I'm guessing it's probably a male. Definitely looks like a male, fits the description, but I'm not going to keep it. I'd love to keep it and eat it, but I'm just going to let this guy go because I've been keeping quite a bit lately. I'm just going to give it a toss because I don't really have a good spot to put it in gently. Here goes. Well, that's why you got to be careful handling walleye. I've handled hundreds and hundreds of walleye, and sometimes I still get sliced on the gill plates. That one got me pretty good, actually, right on the knuckle. Okay guys, I'm back out here at Valco Ponds today. It's actually the next weekend. I think I was out here last Sunday, and it is the next Saturday right now. I was planning on trying to get out again within the next couple days last time, but then the weather ended up turning and just being awful after that for a few days. So I waited a little while, wanted to get out here on a decent day where I had some confidence and thought I might be able to get on some bass. And today is one of those days, so I'm back at it. Got this little, I've got the same craw trailer on, but I've got it just naked right now with no jig. I'm running it on a 2/0 wide gap hook with a 1/8 ounce egg weight, just a little Texas rig. Gonna throw this around and see if they're more interested in something with a smaller presentation. Well guys, it's right around sunset right now. This has been like the longest, slowest day ever, so I'm finally giving up on pretty much everything else, and I tied on a Guggen Squad Scout. This has been pretty much a go-to bait for me lately, so I'm hoping it pulls through for me tonight. I'm gonna toss it around a little bit, and man, I would be so happy if I could hook up with a fish with this thing. So fingers crossed, let's see what happens. There's one. What is that? Is that a walleye? It's a walleye. Oh, no scent. It's a bass. All right. Awesome. I barely ever catch bass on jerkbaits, but I thought, what the heck, might as well give it a try. And this beat up little largie came at it. Hell yes, guys. I was really losing hope for the day. This is awesome. This is actually the target species. So, like I said a minute ago, I was kind of giving up hope and settling for whatever would bite. So, hell yes. Man, I really can't even tell you guys how happy I am to have caught this little bass. So stoked. Let's get him back in the water now. So tight. It's the next day now. I did decide to come back out here to Valco Ponds today. It is early afternoon right now, and I'm gonna start off throwing the Guggen Squad Scout. I believe this is the last bait I was throwing last night, so I'm just gonna run it today and see if I could get on anything. If I don't get any bites too soon, then might switch it up after a little bit here. I spooled some new line on those, so my casts should be a little bit smoother. It was definitely much needed. I was just about out of line. There's one. Decent one. It's a good fish. It's not a bad fish at all. Oh my gosh, guys. That's been a struggle. Oh, don't do that. Come on, guy. Don't do it. It's not a bad fish. Yes! Let's go, guys. What a freaking struggle today. Oh my goodness. And man, did it pay off. This is a beautiful fish. Let's go. Yes. All right, guys. Wow. What an absolutely beautiful fish. Nice, chunky, big, beautiful largemouth bass. So stoked this thing bit. Let's get it back in the water. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes. Well, guys, the Guggen Squad Scout pulls through once again. That was actually my biggest largemouth so far of 2022, so that was really awesome. And I mean, today is just a perfect example of how sometimes sticking out a tough bite and just fishing through it can really pay off. Because I spent hours out here today and barely had any bites. I was actually just starting to feel a little bit discouraged, was thinking about heading out, and I got one little bite and missed it, and then I kept casting around just a little bit more, and that beautiful largemouth bass just hammered me. So just so awesome. I'm really glad I stuck it out and kept fishing, and you know, in the words of the great John B., keep fishing, never stop. And with that being said, I'm gonna actually send it out a few more times and see if I could catch another one. It's actually almost dark already, so I doubt I'll stick around too much longer, but if fish like that are biting, I gotta at least give it a few more casts. there's another one. Just a little guy. I'll take it. All right. Hell yes, guys. Little 3/4 pounder. What's that?
You got some?
Yeah, little guy. All right, guys, check out that little bass. All right, let's get Junior back in the water. Tight. All right, guys, I probably only have enough daylight for maybe 5 or 6 more casts, but I'm gonna give it a go over here. Oh, there's one, a decent one too. Let's go. I'm glad I came over here, guys. That's not a bad fish. Might be a smallie. I think this one's a, nope, this is a largie too. Not bad. Don't pop me, bud. Hell yes, guys. Another decent largie. Not quite as big as the first one, but not far off at all. All right, guys, I'm running out of daylight by the second, but check that out. I didn't really come prepared for night fishing, so my light's not the best, but what another big, beautiful bass. So awesome. Definitely glad I moved over to that other spot and gave it a try, because otherwise I never would have caught this one. Let's get it back in the water. I think this water's deep enough for a release. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Wrong way, bud. That was pretty wild. Sorry about that, buddy. You went the wrong way. Let's give that another try. Go that way. Awesome. Hell yes, guys. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. As I said in the intro, I am just so stoked to have been able to share that episode with you guys. I ended up getting on some beautiful, fat, pre-spawn Southern Colorado bass, and I mean, I just couldn't have had a better time. A couple of those days started out kind of slow, but by the end, even to just catch that one that was probably around like a 1-pounder that one day, I was just stoked to be getting on some bass after a pretty long cold season there. I mean, I caught some nice walleye over the winter, got into some decent ice fishing, but I'm always excited to get on some bass during the springtime, so getting these pre-spawners is just seriously like one of my favorite things. So got on a couple of them with the Googan Scout, got on one with the jig, and I actually don't throw a ton of jigs, so it was awesome to be able to catch one on a jig, especially a beautiful smallmouth and my first nice smallie of the year. And then I got on my first nice largies of the year too, so that was just an overall awesome time, overall awesome video in my opinion, and I hope you guys agree. The one thing I did want to mention, I wanted to say I apologize for the lighting in a couple of the clips because it just wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. It was getting kind of dark out for a couple of those clips, and unfortunately a few weeks ago I actually busted my big nice light that I usually use for night fishing, and I haven't really had an opportunity to replace it yet. So like I said, just wanted to say sorry about the lighting in a couple of those clips. I would have liked it to have been a little better for you guys, so apologize for that. Other than that, I just couldn't be happier about the video. So thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks again for sticking around till the end. If you enjoy the content, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Go ahead and comment if you're into it. And that's about all I got to say. So thanks again, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.